this video, we're going to understand a little bit more about what Ivy means by category-based QuickBook mapping to make sure that we map all of the different items on Ivy to their appropriate account in your QuickBooks Online chart of accounts. To do this, let's first jump over to QuickBooks to see how they do it. When you add a new item, product, or service to QuickBooks Online, it asks you for when you sell it and add this to an invoice, which income account it should record that income as. And similarly, if you indicate that you do buy this product or a service from a vendor, which is very common in interior design, it asks us which expense account should we be associating this as an expense when we indeed buy this from our vendors. Okay, so the income account again is going to be income that's going to be recorded from the sales side or the invoices, where the expense account is going to be expense or money that goes out based on the purchasing side on POs and bills. Moving back to Ivy, and more specifically to the interior design industry, interior designers are constantly adding new items, rarely selling those items more than once, and so it doesn't make sense that for every single item that we add into Ivy, we're forced to choose both an income and an expense account, again for every item. So Ivy allows you to break this down based on the category of that specific item. And so, for example, we've got all of our product categories listed out, and you can of course add your own, and all of your service categories listed out as well, and you can of course add your own. And so, what we say is that you could set fabric, furniture, lighting, and so on to whichever income account and expense account you want to by category on QuickBooks Online. But because we know most of the time we may want to send a group of these to the same income and expense accounts, we also allow you to set defaults to save you some time. So if I wanted fabric, furniture, and all of these hard good items, these product services, all to map over to my sales account on QuickBooks, I just set the default as sales. But maybe for whatever reason, because I really sell a lot of fabric, I actually want to keep fabric a little bit separate from the rest of my categories. So when I label an item as category fabric, I could decide that I actually want to change that to a different income account or a different expense account. On Ivy, these drop-down menus that you find inside the QuickBooks tab are a window into your QuickBooks chart of accounts. And so all of these accounts that I see here are accounts that actually exist on your QuickBooks account. Again, if I want to send them all to the same place, or I don't want to deal with choosing a specific income or expense account, I can make sure that regardless of the category chosen, I can send it to the defaults that I have set up. However, if I do want to separate these out into individual accounts on my QuickBooks chart of accounts, I can of course click to change the defaults and choose the specific income and expense accounts I want to use. For many Ivy users, while they do like to group all of the hard good items into one or maybe two different income and expense accounts, when it comes to services, they do like to do things a little bit differently. They don't want labor, shipping, and design fee, and reimbursable expenses. They don't want money received or money going out for these specific categories in my service categories actually mapping to the same account in QuickBooks Online. And so, again, you can say, no, I don't want shipping to go to the default. I want shipping to go to a shipping income account, for example. Okay? And so that's the basics of how Ivy's category-based QuickBooks mapping works. It's to allow you to give all of the items that we add to Ivy a category, and based on that category, Ivy knows where to place that item's income on QuickBooks.